Today we'll be creating classes using GraphQL. Hi, I'm Alex the Architect from Backfire and this is Talking to the Architect. And today we'll be answering Carlos Cunha's question. Carlos asked, how do I create a class using GraphQL? Hi Carlos, thank you so much for your question, and well, it's really easy. So to illustrate that, I created this brand new app. I don't have any custom classes created at this moment, and we're going to create one with 3 distinct properties using GraphQL. So the first step is to go to API, console, and GraphQL. And in here I can write my queries and mutations. And to create a class, we're going to create a mutation first. So autocomplete will help me writing my mutation, so mutation. And then I have to call the create class operation, so create class. This will have some inputs and a block in it. So the first input will be also a block, and I have to pass in the class name that I want. The class name is what will be displayed in the database browser, so name and my class. Then I have to pass in the properties that I want, which are the schema fields. So schema fields, and this is also a block. And in here I can pass in the data types that I want and the names for the properties. So for instance, let's add a string. So add strings, and this will have a block in here, name, and let's call it string property. You can give any name you want. Let's also add a number, so add numbers, and this will be called name number property. Last but not least, let's add a boolean, so add booleans, and this will be name boolean property. Now that I have this all created, I can go into my block here and I can retrieve some information after the mutation is run. So let's start by the client mutation ID, so I have the ID of the mutation. Then I can get the class data, where I can retrieve, for instance, the name of the class. So if I just run this, will be enough to create this class and retrieve its name. So let's try that. I just run this. The operation resulted in a name my class, and if I go to my database browser, here is my class with my string property as a string, number property as a number, and boolean property as a boolean. So let's go back to the API section, console, and GraphQL, and see what else we can retrieve in the response for my mutation. I can also retrieve the fields that I created. So in order to retrieve all the fields, we can retrieve the schema fields, and in here I can retrieve the name for those fields, which are string property, number property, and boolean property, and also the type name, which are the types for those fields. Now if I run this again, I will have an error because I already created the my class. So I'm going to rename this to my class 2 and run it once again. And there you go, my class 2 was created with the object ID as a string, the updated at as a date, the created at also as a date, the string property as a string, the number property as a number, the boolean property as a boolean, and the ACL as an ACL. So if I go back to my database, now I have here my class 2, and here I have all the properties created just the same. So it's very easy once you get the hang of it. I suggest you, Carlos, that you try to create a few classes with all the properties that you want and try different combinations so you can learn how it works. And once you get your mutation running in the GraphQL playground here in Backfire, all you have to do is copy this code, paste into your project, and it will just run just fine. So, if this video was helpful to you, please click the like button and consider subscribing to the channel so you can help us grow. Also, share this link with a friend and they can learn something too. If you are already subscribed, thank you for that. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or any implementation you would like to see, please leave it on the comment section down below. We always answer all the questions. So I hope this content was useful to you and hope to see you back. See you soon. Bye bye.